Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's a lot of, now, if you can follow me this way. I'm gonna have you stand here with me, if that's okay.
Okay.
And while the cameras get resituated, we're gonna say a few words about you.
Sure.
Is this nerve-wracking or not?
A little,
A
yeah.
little bit? So we'll wait and let the cameras get resituated real quick, if that's all right. How you feel? It's a lot to take in,
I wish
right?
you would have, I wish somebody would have told us, because like I said, this is not our school.
You can cover it. It's all right. Are we ready? All right, congratulations, Brianna Morales. We are so proud of you. So good morning, everyone. My name's Tony Sanders. I'm proud to be the State Superintendent of Education. I'm also really proud to be the person that gets to select the Teacher of the Year. And this is my first selection ever. So Brianna, congratulations on being the 2023 Teacher of the Year. Doesn't she deserve this, kids? Yes? So, as you know, this went through a long process, came down to, as you know, multiple candidates from across the state of Illinois, and among all of them, you shone like a star. You're truly an amazing, inspiring teacher, and I want to thank you on behalf of your students and all students for the work that you do every single day here at this school. Can we give her another round of applause? So we know that a great teacher connects with students. They give them a deeper understanding of who they are and with their vast possibilities and perspectives in the world that's different from their own, and most importantly, with who the students want to become. And Brianna Morales is one of those teachers. She makes it her mission to be the person in her students' lives who cares about them and believes in their brilliance. She shines like a bright light even through her students' darkest moments. Her leadership and passion inspires us. She challenges us to transform all learning environments into equitable, liberatory spaces where every student finds connections and care. One of the things that impressed me the most about Ms. Morales was the unit that she created to guide students through engaging in poetry, writing, and spoken word to process and heal from the trauma they've experienced. She empowers her students to turn pain into power through individual and community storytelling. Ms. Morales is already an incredibly accomplished teacher leader. She leads an affinity group, for fellow educators of color. She has a master's and is working towards her doctorate, soon to be Dr. Morales. That's awesome. She's an adjunct professor of teacher preparation and a national senior search fellow with Teach Plus. She's on a school board and earned the Early Career Educator of Color Leadership Award from the National Councils of Teachers of English. Everything I know about Ms. Morales tells me that she is absolutely, hands down, the right candidate to be the 2023 Teacher of the Year. That's right. And certainly there's a lot of people that want to say some words, and so I'm going to invite up to the podium your principal, Darnell Spencer, to say a few words as well.
It's a hard act to follow when you speak behind the state superintendent. So I just want to say, when Ms. Morales learned that she was the Teacher of the Year for the region, a few weeks later she came down to my office and she said, "Mrs. Spencer, I think I got this one." And I sat there and I was just like, wow. When you start talking about confidence, she definitely has that confidence. And we're here today because she won the Teacher of the Year. I'm gonna get off the microphone, but before I get off the microphone, our school motto is Bush is better than best. I'm gonna say it one more time. Bush is better than best. We have the Teacher of the Year. So Ms. Morales has proven that Bush is better than best. Thank you. Superintendent Culver, he's going to come up and speak to you guys.
Thank you, Principal Spencer. I tell you, it's not many times I'm without words, but I am just so thrilled and excited and honored to be the superintendent of the Illinois Teacher of the Year. And this is just awesome for our school district, for Bush, for our community. Superintendent Sanders, we are just so appreciative of the decision that you made, and we guarantee you that you made the right decision. Now, I don't know Brianna extremely well, but I do know that she's the kind of person, the kind of teacher, what I've been told, is that this is her purpose. She's discovered her purpose. And she's doing this because she knows that this is what she was built for and born to do. And that's the way that she goes about of conducting her affairs here at this campus. Because of that, because she knows she is totally connected to her purpose, that has allowed her to have a great vision for her students and for her work, a vision that she honestly believes in. And so now, when you have that purpose and that vision connected to one another, guess what? Brianna, every day, she doesn't come to work. She goes to her mission. And that's why she does it with heart. And students can see that. They know that she cares about them genuinely. She attacks this work with passion and with power. And she is just relentless in her belief in her students. This is personal for her. If students do not succeed that are in her classroom, she doesn't blame the principal, she doesn't blame the district, she doesn't blame the students, she doesn't blame families. She looks in the mirror and she blames herself and figures out a way to make it happen. So again, Brianna Morales, we are so proud of you, and you have made history for this school district. Thank you so much. Do whatever you need me.
Okay, hi. I'm an English teacher and I don't have a speech prepared, so this is a little, but my students can tell you I talk a lot, so I'll find something to say. I will say I'm really appreciative to all my students for coming and like being here, because I think what I shared about in my interview for Teacher of the Year was something that I think is really crucial about being so involved and dedicated to education, is I really try to elevate my students' voices and their positionality in the city of East St. Louis as much as possible, because I think that the work that we're doing really changes the narrative of what's going on in the city of East St. Louis. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development once called East St. Louis the most distressed small city in America, and we're changing the narrative here every day, thinking about the 89 blocks that encompasses the East St. Louis. There's brilliance and there's excellence and there's resilience and beauty and genius in every single one of these students that you have here. And I'm only the teacher that I am, and I'm only the teacher that I've come to be because I've gotten to love children and they've opened their hearts to love me back. One of the things I shared about in my interview, and I'm really lucky to have Tanika and Tracy here, my fellow affinity group facilitators. We talk about how love can change the trajectory of your life, especially as an educator, because that's what teaching is about. It's like just a story of love with you and your students and for your community. I was so fortunate to receive the NCTE Early Career Educator of Color Award, and I was able to share the amazing work that my students have done over the past 5 years in the alternative setting with educators across the nation who are English teachers, trying to see how can we implement and really capitalize on our students' cultural funds of knowledge, but also help them to process their realities of what's going on right now. So I was there and I was able to share, especially Devin right here, my superstar student. I was able to share so much of his spoken word poetry work. My students from former years past, Jalen Moore and Brian Ratliff, and Demaya Brown, and I'll try not to cry when I say this, but my student Demaya and we were so close. I don't have any biological children of my own, but I recently just became a foster parent, and I learned how to be a good mother because Demaya had 2 children. And Demaya wrote a lot about growing up in the city and about how school was such a safe place for her to process things that were just unsafe in her life or she didn't know how to navigate. And sadly, after I presented all of my students' work, including Demaya's, and had so many people in tears in California in November, Demaya passed away 3 weeks after that, very tragically. But I think that looking back on like this entire process, I actually almost missed the application for Teacher of the Year because I was so distraught with grief of like her passing. And so like all of my students here, they saw me like the day that her funeral was the day that we came back from winter break. So like they were there for me, and that's just like a symbol of our critical care in this community, is that like we're elevating people's humanity at all times, trying to see and trying to hold center for people that this is all about maintaining respect and love and dignity for the human person. And especially in the work that we do, I think that I'm really blessed that my students have been so open about sharing their worlds with me, so that then also I can share mine with them. Saying all that to say, Demaya was my biggest fan, and I feel like she would be so proud of me for this because we earned this together. My students and we all did, and I would also like to just share, not only are we putting East St. Louis on the map, we're putting specifically, and I say this because I'm a career educator, my entire career has been in alternative education. So we're putting alternative education in the map, and these are students who every single day are looked at by society as being expected to be something other than who they are. And so every day here, we do the best that we can to show them that who you are is enough. And hopefully now the entire state of Illinois is gonna get to see the amazing work that we've done and what can truly happen when teachers and educators put love and care at the center of everything that they do. So I just wanna thank everyone so much for helping me to get to where I am, but especially to my students. Thanks for loving me when I wasn't to this point, and now we all get to celebrate because there's only up from here. So I really want to thank everyone for just being so loving and like making this a thing. So I really appreciate everybody for being here, and that's all I have for you.